All right, we're back. Welcome to video number 2. I took a quick break to make sure the first video was correct, to make sure I didn't have any, significant flaws before I take it to the editing floor, chop him up and put him on the blog, and actually start driving some folks to actually come see the content. So hopefully you understood video number 1. Now, video number 1 was going to be put out yesterday. This is now the day of the actual webinar. It's going to be happening tonight. Although it's, not, understand, this video will be released the day of the webinar. So the webinar will be tonight at 9:30 p.m. Of course, the link will be below this video to click, go over to the registration page, watch the short video on that page, register, see what we're going to be talking about on this webinar and the bullet points on that page, and get your seat so that you can actually be a part of this webinar and get some of this information of why you should build online. The second thing that I wanted to actually talk about was building online, building on the internet. There are a lot of folks who are actually in my company and outside of my company who will show you what they believe to be building online. The difference between them and me is I have 11 years experience in internet marketing. And I hate to sit here and talk about what I've done and all the things that have happened, and I'll save some of that for the webinar. But trust me when I say I have 11 years experience, that's over a decade in doing internet marketing. So even when I wasn't doing it in my network marketing business, I still was doing internet marketing because it was bringing in income in my household. So what I'm going to talk about is internet marketing at its core. If you're not doing what I'm going to teach you in this course, you're not internet marketing. And quite honestly, if you know anything about internet marketing, you will understand this when I talk about it. So again, we're here at the whiteboard. So I'm going to go back to the whiteboard. And I'm going to discuss some things that, and let me tilt this a little bit because it may have been too much light on it. Hopefully that's better and it's not as much light on it and you'll be able to see it. But there's so many different forms of marketing when you're talking about internet marketing. There's social media marketing, and I'm just going to put SMM. Social media marketing includes YouTube, includes Twitter, includes Facebook, includes LinkedIn, and honestly, it includes Pinterest. So it includes all the social websites that you can think of. Then you have SEO marketing, which is search engine optimization, which is basically making sure you can get your website on the first page of Google where all the traffic is. So you have search engine optimization. You have something called media buying. You have pay-per-click, you have pay-per-view, you have just so many ways to actually market your business online if you're an internet marketer. And this is just the tip of the iceberg, but I don't want to get too deep into that. But all of these forms of marketing all lead to one place, especially if we're talking about internet marketing. Every single one of these leads to one place, and where it leads is something called a lead capture page, or some folks call it a squeeze page, or some folks call it a landing page. Different names for it, all means the same thing. And I'll show you what's the same in all of these. So all of those forms of marketing I've been experienced in, but basically all of those forms of marketing are simply for you to drive traffic to your lead capture page. And your lead capture page will look something like this. So just think that this is a web page, and I hate turning my back talking on you, but I don't want to make this video long by stop talking and then turn back around and continue talking. So generally, a lead capture page, in the old days when I first got started, it was simply a bunch of text. You would actually scroll down this page forever. But when you got down to the bottom of the page, what is included in that page is one of the things, 3 of the 4 things that is on this page. Now, generally it has a headline. So we'll have a headline up here. So up here you have the headline. It's usually in quotation marks. It's usually bold and big letters, and it generally is what's going to catch your attention. Do you need a headline? No. But lead capture page, that's usually number 1. a headline. Second, it has content. And with the age of video, generally what's here is a video. There'll be a play button, or it could autoplay. Very simple. That's number two. And number two is strictly the content. It could be a video, it could be audio, it could be just text. Content. Over here we have number three, and this is what we call an opt-in form. This is the most important thing on this page, where you're going to ask for their name, first and last, generally, or just first, their email, so their first name, their email, their phone number. So the person comes here, they fill out these little forms, and here, just act like this is in the box, we'll have the submit button. So here you have the form, which is number three. Down here, you have the button. It says submit, but this is actually number four, and this is called the call to action. So it could say submit, it could say join newsletter, it could say click here for instant access, whatever you want it to say, it's the call to action. Those are the four pieces of this lead capture page, and I may be too far down that you can't see it. I hope not, but those are the two forms of the lead capture page. Now, the whole purpose of this page is to get you some initial content, this initial content to be compelling enough for you to fill out this form. When you fill out this form, the person has just captured a new lead. That's why it's called a lead capture page. Now what happens is this form is created by an autoresponder. That autoresponder now has generated automatic follow-up for you. It didn't do it, but you went in, you created some emails. You created emails based on the content that you're giving them to move them to action once they join your list. So you could be talking about your business. You could have 7 emails set up, 10 emails set up, 30 emails set up that they get over time. So if you know most folks, usually it's a 90-day cycle of them going into a storm, being into a store, or coming out of a storm. Always happening in your life. You're either moving into a storm, in the middle of a storm, or coming out of a storm. So if you have this set up where you can continue to follow up with that individual, say you have follow-up, it's 30 emails, but you space it out over a 90-day time frame. And they get your emails, and they get you talking about your business, and they keep hearing about it and hearing about it. And now they're at work, and they've trained someone in their business at work to do what they do. And that individual who's just coming out of college is going to actually replace them. So now the position that they were running for, they get passed over. They give it to the young college guy because they can give him half of the salary of the individual who's been there for years, who trained him. Now he's pissed. And he goes home, and he opens up his email box, and there's an email from you talking about opportunity. And now, 60 days later, he's ready to look at the opportunity. He was interested 60 days ago, but now something happened in his life that immediately he's now looking for the opportunity. So the autoresponder responds automatically. That's why it's called an autoresponder. And it sends him emails based on what day intervals you want to send it. If you want to send him one every day, it'll send him one every day. If you want to send him one every few days, it'll send him one every few days. And depending on how many emails it's in there, you can send them these emails over the course of a 90-day period, 30-day period, 10-day period. Whatever works for you. But what this does is it attracts people who are looking for opportunity, because in this video, you spoke about looking for individuals that are looking for opportunity. And now, this form, this lead capture page, does multiple things for your business. It sorts through those who aren't serious. So you may have 1,000 people land on this page, 750 of them don't opt in because they're not serious. What you said wasn't interesting to them. But 250 of them do. Those 250 are immediately qualified because they opted in based on what you told them, and they were interested in what you told them. So this, on automatic, sorts through the tire kickers, the usual suspects, and the actual prospects. And it does it all on automatic. Now you follow up with those individuals and your follow-up is still sorting. Some of them, when they get your email, they'll click the little button down the bottom of the page and say that they want to unsubscribe because they were interested 2 weeks ago. 2 weeks later, they're not interested anymore. They just got the great job that they were looking for. They just got the promotion at the job. So they unsubscribe. Still sorting. But it's doing all of this for you on automatic. The individuals that qualify for you in your time, they now have heard from you over and over again. You've been branded in their mind as a leader because they keep getting emails from you talking about the opportunity. And you're not sending them to a page where they listen to somebody else explain the opportunity. Because if you're doing that online, you're immediately de-edifying yourself. With cold market, you need to be the leader. You need to be the one doing the presentation. You need to be the one branding yourself as a leader. Instead of saying, hey, come to this page, hear from you. And some people actually have pages where they don't even hear from you. It's somebody else. And some people actually have pages where they come here and they see the presentation before they've opted in. That's not even the system. If you give a person a peak card, you get their information first. You give them all sizzle, no steak. But yet people get online and they give them all the steak first and they never even have a form for them to opt in. They say, hey, inbox me or go to my contact page. And it never happens because they don't know what they're doing online. And people think that works and they're having minimal amounts of success with a broken system. Although they think it's modernized, it's broken. You never give up all the information before they give you some of their information. That's like I see you out, we're in the streets, I give you the full presentation on the curb, 11 minutes. 11-minute presentation, 7 minutes. I go all the way in. You don't want to hear that. You're not even piquing anything. You're not getting them excited about something. You're not giving them a sizzle and piquing their curiosity to want to hear more. You've given them everything on a web page and you expect them to sign up into your business or you expect them to purchase a product from you. So some people have a page when you go to it, it says make money or it says save money. If you have one of those pages, let me know how that's working out for you. You don't have to tell me. I'll wait. I don't even have to wait, matter of fact. I know how it's working out for you. You need to have a lead capture page. You need to capture people's information, give them all the sizzle here, give them the steak after they opt in, just like you would do in the normal system. We're just modernizing it. We're just putting it online to get as many exposures as possible. The one with the most exposures is going to get the most signups, the most new partners. So this excites me because I don't care what marketer there is out there. If they're internet marketing, they're building their list. And now you have these lists of individuals that even after 90 days when your message stops, if they don't move, they're still on your list. So if something new happens, someone in your organization buys a brand new Bentley Mulsanne, you can send this whole list of 250 individuals a video of that and say, you know, you were interested at one time. Look what's happening over here. Are you ready to take hold of your life? And guess what? Some of those people are going to contact you because they're in a cycle now where they're interested enough to get started. Or someone in my organization just bought them a brand new mansion. They had a great mansion before. Now they moved into another one in less than 5 years. We need to get together so we can talk about this opportunity again. Or my company this weekend just launched new products in health and wellness. Now you have a list of people who have showed interest, that have qualified themselves, who are at a click away. You push the send button. 250 people get an email message from you. Same content. What happens if 10 of them get started that day? For some of you, you haven't recruited 10 people in the last year. Can we be serious? You haven't recruited 10 people in the last year. What if you can recruit 10 in a matter of a week from one email that you blast out to your list of individuals who have qualified themselves because they opted in for more information? So this excites me, not only because of putting your business on automation, but also because if your company's international, quick question, if your company's international and you're not online, your company's international, you're not. Unless you're planning on getting on a plane, flying over to the country that wherever your company's at, with a bag full of magazines, peak cards, and, you know, whatever else you take with you in order to prospect these people. You get on the plane, you fly over there, and you try to do belly to belly to get you a few leads before you got to fly back and go back to work. Unless you can do that, you're not international. Your company is, you aren't. If you want to be international, you got to be online. Now, what I could do on Facebook, and this is one of the things that I actually teach in the course, and I hope all of you guys could see that, because I know I have some lights that may be giving a reflection where you can't see that. But if you're online, you can go into Facebook ads, and you can say, Facebook, the only people I want to see this ad are in the Philippines. If that's a country your company may be in. Could be China, could be Japan, wherever your company is. I want to target only people in the Philippines, but I also want to target only people in the Philippines who speak English. And Facebook will target those individuals. The ones that don't speak English, they won't see your ad. So I'm only targeting those that speak English. Those that speak English, if I get them on my team, they see an opportunity, they get started. I can now get online with these folks on a Google Hangout where I can see them, they can see me. And this team leader who speaks English, he can translate what I'm telling him to all of those other individuals that are in the Philippines that don't speak English. And you build a team from the grassroots in the country with the leaders who speak English that live in that country. And now when the point gets to the point where your team has grown so big, you have to get on a plane and go over there. You now run with all of your team leaders that are in this country that speak English. And you run around and you do PBRs with them. And you build a business overseas where you can say, I have a whole leg that's growing in the Philippines. That's building your business internationally from right here on American soil. Some people are going to get on a plane and they're going to go to Dubai and they're going to go to these meetings, but they can afford to do that. Can you afford to do that? Can you afford to not be online in 2014 when your company goes international, but you don't? You're still over here in American soil with your peak cards and your belly to belly and your 3-foot rule, trying to get a nothing-ass list to drive you to the top of your company. So I hope some of this information compels you to be on our webinar tonight at 9:30. And I'm smiling because I hate to be, to me that's lying, because it's not tonight, it's tomorrow. But this video will not be released into tomorrow. So technically tonight, be on the webinar at 9:30 p.m. Not just you, everyone you know in your network who you want to actually be in position to build. Because it's great if you build your business internationally, but it's really great when your team over here in American soil are all building their business internationally as well. And now you can have multiple legs in the Philippines. So when you fly over there, when there is necessary for you to fly over there, you can build tremendously over a week's time with thousands of individuals in that country, and you don't speak a lick of their language, but your leaders do. And they translate for you. So, hope you see the need to be on this webinar tomorrow night. It's going to be great content. It's going to be enough content to actually, you could walk away with some tips and tricks in order to build your business without even looking at anything further. But of course, we're going to take you further than that, because I want you to be able to build your business in 2014 online, and I want you to be able to snap the charts in half and have all the haters and naysayers with some more to talk about going into the second half of 2014. When everybody sit down and watching you walk the stage in circles, getting awards, because you're building a team all over internationally, and you're an international leader, that's when success will be at your doorsteps. So I look forward to seeing you on the webinar tomorrow. I look forward to seeing you on the webinar this evening. Below, you'll find the link. Click on the link. It'll take you over to the page where you can actually register for the webinar. All right, you guys, make it a great night and God bless. Make it a great day because you chose to make it a great day.